Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. We're going to go ahead and do another beginner guide for FGL and Mecha World. This is the free-to-play tournament that they've done several times so far over the last few months, and they're going to do more of them in the future. So I wanted to go ahead and give you just an overview on how to go ahead and sign up and really what this collaboration and competition is all about. It is a collaboration between Mecha World and the FGL team and BluMint, and what they're doing is they're allowing you to go ahead and play in dice tournaments against fellow players to win some awesome prizes. So what we're going to do today is just quickly walk through what the events are, how to sign up, and how to play. And before we jump into the video, I know I have to do everyone's least favorite part of the video and let you know this disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please make sure you do your own research before you jump into any project. Don't take my word or anything that's said in this video as financial advice or advice in any way. I'm just a gamer playing a game and reviewing games as part of this. I am not telling you to jump into any project or anything along those lines. Do your own research. Make sure it's right for you. Go ahead and pause this video and read this thoroughly before we jump into it. All right, so let's get back to the video. So first of all, what are these Mecha World dice tournaments on BluMint? They are essentially a PvP style dice tournament that has brackets that you can go ahead and compete against other players. It's a really neat style event. Essentially what you're going to do is they're going to have multiple formats. They'll either have a one-day format or they'll have a multiple prelim formats that lead into a finals. So there's definitely a few options that they may have here in the near future. I'm going to show you just an example as far as the layout of the tournament, and then we'll dive in and show you how to actually sign up for a future tournament, get ready for it, check in, and actually go through the process of playing and being available for it. So let me just show you the format of what a tournament could look like in the future. So what's going to happen is there's going to be multiple steps that you need to go through in order to play in one of these tournaments. First of all, you have to identify when the tournaments are and which tournament you want to go ahead and play in. Once you've had that identified, then you got to go through and you have to register in time in order to be able to play. So there are some cutoffs that you go through, but it's really simple as far as registration, which I'll show you here in a minute. Once you register, the day of the event, like an hour before the event starts, you're going to have to go in and check in. And once you're checked in and the tournament starts, you will have to be available for the tournament itself. So it's not one of those tournaments where there is a 3-day gap where you just go and play as much as you can when you can. This is actually a set time tournament, so it feels very much like an esports style tournament that you're competing against other players. As you can see, once you go ahead and sign up and you register and you check in, there's going to be brackets identified where you'll be placed on one of the outside brackets. You'll compete against one of the other players. If you win in that competition, you get to move on. If you lose, in most situations, there is a redemption bracket. So you'll go ahead and be put in the redemption bracket and you'll have a chance to basically work through and play through and compete against other players to have a second chance at the prize money that's involved in this. So you go ahead and go through that completion or the competition process and compete against each other, which makes a really fun overall tournament. In combination with what you see here, they will also have a live chat in the Discord, and it's a lot of fun because there's a lot of we'll just say there's a lot of banter back and forth between players, but it's fun banter. It's nothing negative. It's just a lot of fun to go ahead and play against each other. So let me go ahead and dive in and actually show you me going through the registration process and the check-in and then actually playing a game. And so you can go ahead and see that whole process. You're going to have to go ahead and log in. You will need I used MetaMask wallet, or you could use some other type of wallet that they have in there to go ahead and log in to create your account. Depending on what event you want to go ahead and register for, you see if I hover over the event itself, it's going to go ahead and say there's a register button at the bottom. We are going to go ahead and do the one that's today on the 22nd. So I'm going to go ahead and click on register. And it's going to say that I have an hour and 45 minutes to go ahead and register and jump in there. So what you're going to see is all the details for the event here. It's what you're going to see here is that the check-in process starts at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time, which is mine, goes all the way to 3:15. Then you go ahead and the actual event itself is going to start off at 3:30. So it's about a 2-hour check-in process, and then the event goes on until 8:30. So it's about a 5-hour time frame where you can go ahead and play, essentially play the tournament as you're going through. The pool prizes for this initial preliminary events is 200, but as you get to the finals, then you get to the bigger rewards. Team size, 1 player, basically playing solo. Double elimination, and then you got the global event, or the region is essentially global, which all of them are. You can go ahead and see the how to play, all the details in here. I'm not going to read through those because I'm actually going to show you as I'm playing it later. But the prize distribution, essentially, first through fifth are going to get rewards. And then you can go ahead and see the rest of the details that are out here. There are going to be some live events on Twitch. But in order to go ahead and register, it's as simple as go ahead and click on that. Fill out your details, which I'm going to go ahead and do off camera. And then we'll go ahead and jump in here and show you the rest of the items. So let me go ahead and fill out these details, and we'll be right back. All right, we have gone through the process to go ahead and register. I entered my Discord name, my Wax wallet, which is what you'll essentially get your rewards through. So use a Wax wallet that's actually yours. Your email address, and then any socials like your Twitter, or if you have a Twitch account that you're going to be streaming, you can go ahead and enter that. The one thing that you should be aware of is you do have to join the BluMint Discord and go through the verification process there, which is pretty simple. It took me like 30 seconds to go through. But then you have to wait roughly about 5 minutes or so for it to go ahead and connect your Wax wallet to that, because the Wax wallet that you use on your Discord will need to be the same that's used as far as the Discord registration. And it just takes a few minutes to go ahead and sync the process. It took about 5 minutes for me. So I went ahead and did that. So make sure that you are in the BluMint Discord and you go through that process in advance of trying to register, so you don't run into any issues. You have to go ahead and accept those rules, and then you're registered. You can see I am registered. I can unregister, but I'm going to have to go in at 1:30 to 3:15 and go ahead and check in, so I can go ahead and make sure I'm active for the games once they are available. Welcome back. It is time to go ahead through the process of checking in for the tournament. It's going to be starting here in about an hour and a half. So what we want to do is go ahead back to the BluMint website. You'll see once you get in there, you'll see that it's actually lets you know that the tournament check-in is going on right now. And you have less than an hour. In this situation, we have less than an hour to go ahead and check in. Checking in process is super simple. You just go ahead and click on check-in. It's going to go through the rules again just to confirm that you're good to go. You hit accept and you've checked in successfully. It just gives you that confirmation and you are good to go. You can even go ahead and check the participants. We are checking for today. Just double check the time frame and scroll down to where I am. There's actually quite a few people in this bracket. I think it's past me. There I am. And it shows that I have checked in, gives you a little checkbox just to confirm that you are good to go and ready for the tournament. All right, we are back. Officially, the tournament has kicked off. As you can see, it's live now and says it's going to end in 4 hours. It won't take that long. At least it has not in the past ones. So what you can do now is you can go ahead and take a look at the brackets. And what you're going to see is you're going to try and find your name somewhere in here. I am actually right here. I got a lucky draw where I was able to, I guess, get a first round bye. So I'm able to just bypass the first round. So I'm waiting for some of these games to go ahead and complete, specifically this one. I will go ahead and play the winner out of this group. So I'll just keep an eye out. The couple things that you have to do, or a couple windows that you should have open. First of all, what you want to go ahead and do is make sure you have this BluMint window open. Then you want to go ahead to Mecha World. You can go ahead up here at the top and click play game, or just go directly to play.mechaworld.io and then go in that way. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh because it's been a little while since I've Ben here. So we'll go ahead and click on battle, and you're going to go ahead and click on free mode. You're going to want to play free mode for this one. So you click on that, and what it's going to say is it gives you the rules as far as free mode goes. And what you're going to want to do is you need your login code, especially if this is the first time that you're coming in there. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. It's going to go ahead and you're going to have to approve, and it's going to give you this long, jumbled up, messy code, which you do not have to remember. You do not have to type out. You can go ahead. I sometimes just select it all or just copy code. And then once you have the code, you can go ahead and close out of it and then go ahead and play. When you click on play, most likely it's going to go ahead and ask you for that code that you just had. So if you forgot to copy it, just go right back and do that. So as you can see that we're in here, you can see there are 20 online players. 14 of those players are actually in the game playing. So you're going to want to go ahead and make sure that Discord is open and ready to go. As you can see here, let me actually close that. I'm in the BluMint Discord, so you're going to want to have access to that because that's how the communication is going to happen. That's where you're going to find out what room you're in, who you're going to go ahead and play against. When your time comes up, they'll go ahead and they'll alert you, and you'll be aware of that. All right, we are back. It took a little while, but we have the first round results coming in, and I will go ahead and play this guy in round 2. So that's all set. It showed up. It actually pops up in real time. And then what's going to happen is we're going to get essentially set up the room that we're going to go ahead and compete against each other. And then we'll jump into the game itself. If someone creates the private room and they give you that code to the other player from the Discord, you type it in there and we can go ahead and jump in. So it's basically going to be one player versus one player. And if you want full details as far as the play goes, I do have some videos on it. It's very similar, as you can see here. Essentially what we're going to do is every person gets a roll. Like he has a roll and he got to pick one of the dice. And once you fill one of the dice, then you're kind of there stuck. So it's now my turn. It's going to be an automatic roll. And what we're going to essentially do is you see all of these, like this has a maximum 4, maximum 6, maximum 5. You want to try and get the dice that has the highest overall value, and you do have re-rolls. So I'm going to go ahead and re-roll mine and hope I get a better roll than I did. And I kind of did. This one's close. So we'll go, actually, no, this one's max. So we'll go ahead and select that one as the maximum. And then you lock your dice. Your goal overall is to get as high as possible as far as your score overall. So we're going to go ahead. It says swap the dice. Nah, we'll keep it. So essentially what's going to happen is you have these 3 options down below. This is a re-roll. You get 3 re-rolls. When this comes up here, as you can see, you have some pretty much options. He's going to pick that one. But if it's some options that you don't like, you can go ahead and re-roll, and you have the choice. See, he just did one of his powers. So he's going to go ahead and lock that one. So I'm not sure what that is. I didn't quite read it. But you also have some powers. Now it's my turn. They're going to go ahead and spin this. That one's frozen, so I'm not going to be able to get that. But I did get a 10 here, which I'm going to go ahead and keep, which is great. We're going to lock that dice. And down here you have a few other options. Do I want to go ahead and use one of my power-ups? Sure, we'll use a power-up on this one. And basically for the power-up is it removes 1 point from your opponent's total score. Click on your opponent. So we'll go ahead, and now they have, at the end of the game, they're going to have at least -1 score moving forward. So now we're going to go ahead, and it's going to be his turn. You're going to roll again. And you're essentially going to go through this back and forth, just to lock all your, in the end, it's going to come down to a luck of the draw. Like he has a bad roll there, so he's probably going to go ahead and re-roll unless, yeah, he's going to go ahead and probably re-roll this because he doesn't have anything that's really good in there. There we go. Got a rally, re-roll, same things. So he's going to go ahead and re-roll, have a chance to get, and unfortunately he didn't do very good. Other than that, he was able to get that max there. So good for him. Now he's going to go ahead and do a power up, try and get something against me, like unlock a random dice of my opponent. So I'm going to have one of these unlocked. Unfortunately, it was one of my 10 ones, which is one of my higher scores, which is a bit of a bummer. But we're going to go ahead and keep playing. So we're going to go ahead and re-roll again. And I got 15 in here out of 20. Oh, we'll go ahead with that one. So I'm hoping to get 20 out of that. That's the max score I can get. So we'll go ahead and lock the dice here. And we'll use my one last power up. What the heck? And see what we get here as far as that goes. Unlock a random dice. So it's going to do the same thing against him and unlocked actually the exact same thing that he unlocked for me. So now we're going to go ahead and move forward as far as the next round goes. So now it's his turn to go again, or it will be his turn to go again here in a second. And then you just keep going through this process. I'm all out of power-ups. He has one more power-up to go ahead and use. So he went ahead and selected that one, which I think was the maximum that you could get for that item there. And he's just waiting for him to lock it. So he's getting pretty good. He's getting some good rolls as far as the maximum goes. I have a few maximum also, but I think he's doing a little bit better here. I'm more optimistic on his score than I am on my own score right now. But we're going to keep working through this. Hopefully get some luck. He's like, if I get a 20 here, that's awesome. 20 is definitely something that you want on some of the bigger numbers. So let's hope for a 20, and I got a 14. That is a bummer. So I have 6, 12. I'm going to have to go with this because I want to save. Actually, I have 2 more rerolls. Let's go ahead and do a reroll. So just hoping to get that 20 there at the bottom, and I did not. That was actually worse. Oh, that was pretty bad. So I actually wasted a reroll. I should have just taken that 5 there. I got a 12 here. That works out. I will go ahead and take that one. So that's good. I do enjoy that. You can lock a die and swap. We're going to hold on to that. So let's skip the power up there. So I was lucky to get that 12 there. So I got really lucky on that roll, especially after using all my re-rolls. So for the rest of the game, I am kind of luck of the draw here. He should probably do a re-roll on that one since he has them available. So we can get a little bit of a higher score, but hopefully he has the luck I did for my first re-roll in the last round. So he's going to go ahead and decide. Again, yeah, if I were him, I would do a re-roll. But he's going ahead and holding on to that. That's an interesting decision, but he's going to go ahead and do a power up, which Torment, unlock a random dice from, gosh, he keeps unlocking my big ones there, but at least I kept the 12. He's out of power ups. So we're going to go ahead and my turn. Hopefully I get something good with this roll. So gosh, we're going to have to take the 5 on this one. Going to take the 5 on that, lock that dice. I keep selecting this, but I choose a locked dice to swap with an unlocked dice. I don't want to do that because I don't want his 15. We're going to cancel that. We'll save that probably for a little bit later. Hopefully I get a 20 here and I can go ahead and use that in one of these. So I'm holding on to that one for right now. He got a 7, so he's probably going to take that 7 there. Doubt he would re-roll that, but we'll see. He went ahead and kept that. So we're going to go ahead and my turn. Hopefully I get something. Again, I need the 19 or 20. I want a big number here. That is not the number I wanted, but we got 10 out of 10 and we got 8 out of 8. Let's go with a 10 out of 10. We'll hold on to that dice. He's out of power-ups, but he still has a re-roll in there. And then I have a few options in there also. Let's go ahead and skip the power-up, sorry. So we're getting down to the wire here. We're getting really close to the end of the roll here. I may go ahead, depending on what he got a 4. So we'll see what I get on my next roll. If I get a high number here, I'll keep that and maybe steal his 7. But we'll see. We'll see what happens here. He's probably he's kind of stuck here. So he has a total of he's keeping that one. He has no power-ups going. So let's see what I get here. So I need 17 to win. So let's go ahead and check out what I get here. And I got a 12. So we'll go ahead and take that. And then should we do the luck of the draw? So I need at least a 10 on that one spot. I need at least a 10. Oh boy, this is, we'll go ahead and take it. We'll take it. Oh no, don't, that's not what I wanted. So we'll go ahead. So I need at least a 10 to tie. I messed that one up. And it looks like I won. I ended up getting, once it gets down to the end, it automatically rolls them. But I was able to win that 50 to 47. I got a little bit lucky. We'll just say that I got lucky on that one. There's a few rules that I probably should have done a little bit different, but I'll take it. So the tournament is now wrapped up, but essentially that's what you're going to be doing is you're going to go ahead. I showed you how to register, how to check in, how to go ahead and kick off the games. As I mentioned earlier, that there is a separate video that walks you through every single detail of the dice tournament, as far as the rules and how you go ahead and play. You'll just keep playing additional people until you lose. In some cases, it'll be double elimination, so you can lose multiple times. But that's how it runs. It's a very fun event. I highly encourage you to go ahead and take a look at future ones between Mecha World and BluMint, plus any of the other tournaments that are out there. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down below. Also, let me know if there's any additional beginner guides that you're looking for. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.